Do you know we often have these moments in our lives where an album or a band can really surprise us? Welcome classic rock fans, and today I want to talk about an album that I've pretty much ignored, despite you guys rattling your cages in the comments below that I should check this album out. And the album I'm talking about, I should put you out of your misery of course, is this one, Hawkwind, The Future Never Waits. Despite a lot of you rattling your cages in the comments below, I pretty much ignored this album. I just figured, well, it's just another Hawkwind record, be a bit drony, perhaps a bit samey. But this is just a wonderful blend of ambient jazz, prog. I mean, it's classic Hawkwind really, but much, much better in some respects. I mean, over their long career, this band have embraced prog, psychedelia, space rock is the most popular label for them, isn't it? As well as influencing that 1980s acid house movement. A lot of these elements can be found on this record. It's just a wonderful sonic attack as they explore these beautiful, sweeping, panoramic vistas, musical vistas on this one. So yeah, I think I was wrong to ignore it really, or feel I had this band pegged. I'm certainly going to look forward to the new album. They've got a new album coming out very soon. My word, this band are on a roll at the moment. The band at the moment, of course, is Dave Brock, who is, of course, the only founding member. He's now 81 and doing bloody well for himself. And, of course, you get Doug McKinnon on bass, Richard Chadwick on drums and vocals, and Magnus Martin on keyboards. And of course in 2021 they recruited Tim Lewis to join them on this tour. And I think he remains now as a permanent fixture in this band. They just can't get rid of him. And this album just grabs your attention from the get-go, and the title track, The Future Never Waits, is just absolutely incredible. This instrumental piece takes us on this ambient journey, and very reminiscent of bands like Tangerine Dream, I guess. And instead of the usual sort of paranoid throb and sense of foreboding you get with this band's music, here there is almost a more optimistic, breathy groove to it, a spacey pulse, I think all music says. But what is apparent, of course, with this music is that trademark sonic drift that you get with Hawkwind is certainly apparent here. There's no doubt that this band kind of exist in their own self-contained musical universe. At the end we get some very punchy, hooky guitar from Mr. Brock, which is provides an interesting contrast to the more spacey textures of the opening track. And this goes straight into the Aldous Huxley piece, which combines a spoken word from Huxley himself with the music, which adds a warmth, I think, to the piece. Then we get They Are So Easily Distracted, which is another 10-minute excursion. What's wonderful about this is the syncopated drums on here, which offers an interesting contrast to the almost ethereal sort of wafting synths. There's also some nice, very jazzy elements on here as well, especially with the acoustic piano and the very seductive tenor saxophone. The single Rama on this album has the band returning to the Hawkwind dressing up box. I think it's very traditional Hawkwind with that pulse of drums, but this is beautifully combined with the relentless drive of Dave Brock's guitar. And we get the instrumental piece on here, USB one, which is very much defined by the use of keyboards on here, synths, piano. It's certainly an interesting piece. I love Outside of Time on this, which very much reflects the very mercurial nature of this band, and certainly seems to be harkening back to that classic vintage Hawkwind. And the very almost muddy sound of this combined with the drifting mellotrons and pianos adds something almost mysterious and enigmatic to it. For me, the highlight on this album certainly is the title track, clocking in at about 10 minutes. It immediately grabs the listener's attention. It's wonderful bassline, captivating groove of it. It's quite hypnotic. But what is interesting about this album for me is the exploration of different instrumentation, the more nuanced approach to exploring each individual instrumentation within the paradigms of what Hawkwind actually is. So anyway, I'll hold this up again. This is Hawkwind's last album, The Future Never Waits. There is a new album coming up very, very soon, and I will put a purchasing link for this album just below this video. Anyway, I'll leave you with my closing salvo, which is hope you're well, staying safe, and of course that you keep listening.